From the very beginning and from the very outset, the goal of the school was to be able to provide a standard for music education for those children that want access to it. And we wanted to create as few as barriers as possible.
The idea started from wanting to provide music education to those that cannot afford it.
So really we were approached by you and by the state office and by the Gifted Music School, Mr. Watanabe, who were looking for an opportunity to serve students and to help students be able to have an opportunity at a world-class music education.
The goal of the Mountain View program is to create a pathway from kindergarten all the way through 12th grade, a pathway of comprehensive, stellar, and high-quality music education.
So it's an after-school program, and we teach them from 3:30 until 5:30, Monday through Thursday. So it's 4 days a week, and it's 2 hours. They have 1 hour every day that is violin, and 1 hour that is music theory, sight singing, music history, all of that.
And these kids are making tremendous progress. They study with faculty like Rachel Taft, who's a graduate of the New England Conservatory, a fabulous teacher. They study with people like Emily Lundberg, who also has, her specialty is early childhood music education. That's what she specializes in. And these kids see them in a concentrated setting, 8 hours a week.
Right now, it's group-based learning. So we have a 2-hour after-school program, which for a 6-year-old is very intense. It's intense for anyone.
We are working to get them so that they can look at music and be able to sing it without hearing it first. So when they see something on the music staff, they can hear it in their heads and they can sing it.
It's not just about teaching them to play the violin, it's about helping them to unlock what's inside of them. The idea that each one of them, it's not about their inherent ability, it's that they all have an ability.
When we first began teaching these students, they couldn't match pitch. They couldn't sing the same note as me at the same time. And now, not only are they matching pitch, they can hear when they're out of tune, and they can sing a full pentatonic scale without hearing it first.
So you go from seeing temper tantrums in the beginning phases on the first few months of class, and we have them play in front of each other all of the time. And so it goes from I don't want to, and I'm here inside of my box and I'm afraid, to people jumping up all the time. I want to share with people. I have important ideas. I make beautiful music, and I want to share this.
We're finding ways to make classical music extremely enjoyable for them, so they really love listening to it.
We've had guest artists come in, and one of their favorites was somebody that came in and did fiddling, and to hear something like that, which was completely different from what we do in class, very classical based.
The parents, I think it's taken them by surprise. I think they weren't sure what they were signing up for when they began, and now it's their favorite thing to see their children perform at Libby Gardner Hall with all of these really amazing musicians, and the Mountain View students are highlighted, and they do a beautiful job.
The parents are happy, they're joyful, proud, grateful.
There was a study done where they were mapping out brain activity for every subject, and each subject, different parts of the brain specifically light up. But when music is being studied and listened to, every single part of the brain lights up, and we're growing. We're helping these children's brains develop in every single area through music.
We believe, and it's been justified and also researched and demonstrated in so many research studies that children who has had access to arts education, their lives are so much better. They make it not only past the literacy barrier, but they also make it past high school. They graduate from high school at an amazing percentage rate. And not only do they graduate from high school, but they go on to college.
Brain research has shown that any student who has had music education does better in math, in writing, in research. And so long-term effects, we're excited for those too.
I think actually across the board, you see immediate improvements in things like concentration, which at that age is incredible. So you're starting to unlock the child's ability to sit through a class, and then you start to see how they retain information, and you notice their verbal skills developing, you notice their ability to interact in class.
You know, it's no accident that every state, every successful state in our union, including the state of Utah, they look at how do we build economy, how do we build a stronger economy, how do we make our state stronger? And they look at, well, we need to attract high-paying jobs, we need to attract good companies that will pay. And they said, well, what attracts those companies? It's the cultural opportunities. It's the symphony, it's the theater, it's the ballet. And when these big companies make a decision, well, I think we'll move there. It's those arts organizations that they point to as a selling point to bring those people. Why? Because they know and that when you have arts and culture, the community thrives.
Before this experience, I didn't fight for music education as much as I do now. Seeing what this program has done for these students in particular has made me fight for them.